Hello, my name is Matthew Chan. I'm the author of the TurnKey Publisher series of books, and I'm with you here today to do a video on a different topic related to the TurnKey Publishing series. And that topic that I'm going to cover today is how do you market your books as an unknown author? And when I started out with the idea that I would write my own book, I knew I would have a challenge in marketing my books, especially as an unknown. Now, one of the things that I really did not want to do was necessarily beat the streets. I didn't want to, visit bookstores and beg and plead and things like that to get people to buy my book or promote my book or carry my book. Not at that early stage. I already had enough to deal with. I had my own real estate investing business, so I really didn't have the time and the resources to fully devote myself to such a full-time campaign as promoting a book. And so what I came up with is I used search-based marketing. And now allow me to explain what that means. On the internet, I don't think it's a secret that Google is the #1 search engine on the internet for doing searches. So you do a search on a phrase and you get results. You get websites that take you to websites that have the content you may want. Well, I took a similar approach with my book. I was under no illusion that anybody knew me. I knew I was coming at it from a totally unknown author point of view. So one of the things I had to do was I had to get my ego out of the way. And one of the things that I had to simply do was keep my picture off the book cover. For example, if you look at my book cover, it's actually pretty plain. It's simple, but it is readable. It definitely stands out. Doesn't have a picture of me because no one cares what I look like. I also want to make sure the subtitle is readable, but more importantly, it has to be search friendly. Now, in this particular book, if you look, I'm going to hold up closer, it says, How to Create a Profitable Self-Publishing Business Without Any Help from Publishers, Bookstores, or Literary Agents. Now, it describes what my book is all about, but more importantly, there are a lot of key words and phrases in my subtitle that if you were to type it into a website such as Amazon.com, it would help list my book near the top. Now, there's no guarantee that it will go to the top, but it makes it much more friendlier. So I've got the phrase publishing, I've got self-publishing, I've got publishers, bookstores, literary agents. And all of that is specifically designed so that it is search friendly. And so, using Amazon as an example, there are other search-related websites that are very popular. Another website that is very search-friendly is eBay. A lot of people go to eBay and do searches on subjects or items they want to buy. And I do sell a number of books over on eBay because they're doing searches on particular phrases and topics. And most recently, if you're listening to this video, I am engaging YouTube. So if you're looking at this video, you either found out about it because you already know who I am, or if you don't know who I am, you did a search on a particular topic, and that's how you found it. So if you don't know me and you're watching this video, obviously the search worked. So that is really the key that I have been using to market my books as an unknown author. It is search-based marketing efforts. Now, in order to successfully do this, you do have to find a niche that you can own. Now, for example, some of you know that I'm also a real estate investor. I have also written a line of books under the TurnKey Investor series, brand name. And 3 phrases that I really focused on that were not being fulfilled in the book market were like lease options, which is a real estate concept sort of similar to rent to own and lease purchase. Very few books covered lease options. Another phrase that I wanted to go after that was not covered in very much in the search engines as it related to Amazon was the subject to mortgage. Now, I don't want to get overly technical, but the subject to mortgage technique is a way of buying and financing property by taking over the seller's loan. You basically take over their payments on their mortgage. So that was something that has generated a great deal of sales for me on the subject to mortgage handbook that I wrote. Another phrase that I focused on is property management. Because of the way I invest in real estate and I actively manage my property, it was natural for me to discuss the issue of property management. And so I produced an introductory CD, which I have sold many of those CDs because it was very inexpensive and it was like the only CD available where it actually discusses property management in a simple way. So that is an example of me owning certain phrases as a subset of a niche, which I call turnkey investing. Now, I already talked about getting your ego out of the way. I know a lot of people like to do pictures and do fancy covers and all that, and I think there's a place for that. But when you are starting out, sometimes you need to make things simple. Now, another trick that I use that I don't really quite understand why more people don't do it is I actually incorporate my website on the top of my book. Now, if you take a look at that, it's actually not very big, but it is big enough for you to be able to see if this was on your computer screen. And the nearest I can figure is that there is an unwritten convention in the publishing industry that says that putting your website on the front cover is unacceptable. Well, obviously, if you're watching this video, you are embracing the idea, like I have, that you don't want to go through traditional channels. And one of the key tools to do that is that when you come and see the front cover, I also want you to see where my website is so you can follow up. And part of my marketing as an unknown author is I focus a lot on education marketing. For example, like this video. This is a free video that I'm giving out. I'm trying to give high quality information and for the right price. And that price is, it's free, zero. I mean, your only cost is the time that it takes for you to watch this video. And the whole idea is, as an unknown author, I have no false notions to think that I'm going to be able to sell tens of thousands of copies, at least not right now. So what I'm trying to do with my customers, such as you, is I'm trying to deepen the relationship. In order to deepen the relationship, I have to give you something of value. I have to convey authenticity, and I have to share with you some really high quality information. If it is my bet that people who enjoy the high quality information, they're going to remember me, you're going to come back, and you know what? One day you probably will buy one of my books, or you may hire me to coach you through your own book or whatever. And so I'm big in education marketing because I'm looking for the quality since the quantity is not there. I want and I need the repeat business. And it has been very successful. I've had people, they try out one of my CDs or one of my books in the Turnkey Investor Series, and next thing you know, I see their names coming back with repeat orders. So it's a great thing. And the last important thing that I want to talk about is communicating authentically. Authenticity is very, very important, especially if you're not a celebrity and you're an unknown author. People have to get a sense of who you are, what you're about, and what you represent if they're going to take a chance on you. So I'm betting that if I put myself out there, I'm being honest with you, and reveal myself to you, you will more likely trust me. And quite frankly, what you're seeing on the video is very much how I interact with a lot of my business associates. I kind of tell it like it is. I'm not the funniest guy. I can be somewhat serious, but when I talk, they tend to listen. Anyhow, as I wrap this video up, I hope it's been helpful to you to listen to me talk and get into my head regarding how I market myself as an unknown author. So, thank you for listening to this video, and I will see you in the next video.